In this video, we're going to do ABC analysis of inventory using Power BI. Now, inventory is the goods or materials a business holds. The business can use it for resale, it can use it for production, or it can use it in its operations. For example, if you take a coffee shop, the supplies like coffee powder, sugar, milk, all these are inventory supplies. Now, ABC analysis is an inventory management technique. It is used to prioritize and manage inventory based on the value and significance of the items. We divide the total inventory into three categories: A, B, and C. A category items are the items that contribute most to the overall value of the inventory. Almost 70 to 80% of the total value of the inventory is contributed by A category items. These are typically high cost and low volume products. Because these are high cost items, we need to monitor them closely and should be able to accurately forecast the demand. Coming to B category items, these contribute moderately to the overall value of the inventory, around 15 to 25% of the total value. These are typically medium cost items with medium demand or volume. For these type of items, we could do periodic monitoring and standard inventory practices for replenishment. And finally, we have C category, which have the least impact on inventory. The low cost items come under this category. Bulk ordering or stock pileup could be done for these type of items to reduce the management efforts to buy repeatedly. Coming to the source data, we have an Excel workbook which has two sheets. The first sheet is called order details sheet, and the second sheet is called inventory details sheet. Now, if you look at the order details sheet, we have order date, inventory ID, and order quantity. Inventory ID is the unique ID for the inventory item. On any particular date, which item is ordered and how much quantity of that item is ordered. That information is in this sheet. Coming to the second sheet, we have inventory details like the inventory ID, current stock quantity, how much quantity of that item is available in the warehouse, what are the measurement units of the item, what is the average lead time in number of days, means how much time it takes for the item to arrive in the warehouse after an order is placed. And then we have maximum lead time, again in number of days, and finally we have the unit price of that item. Now we open Power BI desktop and then click on import data from Excel and import the data. We could see both the sheets getting reflected here. Click on one sheet, you could see the columns. Click on the next sheet, we could see the columns in the other sheet. Now we click on transform data to transform the data if anything is needed from our side. In this sheet, I'm seeing some unnecessary columns, so I'm deleting them. Now you could see light green bars under each header. So if the green bar, if the green bar is 100%, that means there are no errors in the data. If there are any errors, then the green bar percentage will be less. So in all the columns, we could see the green bar is 100%. So there are no errors in this sheet. I could also see the data format is formatted correctly. Order date is in date format, inventory ID is in text format, and order quantity is in decimal format. Perfect. So this sheet is good. Let's go to the next sheet. So this sheet also has no errors in it and the data format is formatted correctly. So let's click close and apply this to Power BI. Now you could see the data is loading into Power BI, and this is the front end of Power BI. You could see three small sections in the left hand corner. The first one is a report view. The second one is a table view, where we could see all the tables here. And the third one is the model view. You could see the model here, order details and inventory details. They are connected by a common key inventory ID. That's what you could see here. Now I want to create a new column called annual order quantity. Now annual is the last 1 year. If you look at the data of order date column, the maximum date is 13th June 2024 and the minimum date is 30th Jan 2023. So the last 1 year period for me is the maximum date and 365 days before that. So the start date is 365 days before the maximum date. So that period I consider it as 1 year. And to get the annual order quantity, I just need to sum all the quantities in that period. I create two measures. The first measure is maximum order date. The second measure is start date, which is maximum order date minus 365. Now I create a new column and call it annual order quantity and define the DAX as follows. Calculate sum of order details of order quantity, comma, filter order details table and match the inventory ID of order details table and inventory details table, double ampersand, which is an AND condition. You take the start date as order details, order date is greater than or equal to start date, double ampersand, order details, order date is less than or equal to maximum order date. This is how we define the DAX to calculate the annual order quantity. We could see the annual order quantity column here. Now we are going to create another column called annual sales, which is nothing but annual order quantity multiplied by unit price. So we'll do the same thing. Now we could see annual sales column. Now we create another column called revenue share percentage, which is nothing but the percentage of revenue generated by this stock item or inventory item. So for each inventory ID, we create this revenue share percentage, which is 100 times inventory details of annual sales divided by sum of inventory details of annual sales. Now we create another column called cumulative revenue share, which is nothing but the running total of the revenue share percentage for each inventory item after we sort it in descending order. So first we need to sort the revenue share in descending order and then apply the cumulative revenue share. And finally, we create this column called ABC analysis by using the formula if inventory details of cumulative revenue share is less than or equal to 70 or 70%, then it's a high value item. If it is less than or equal to 90, that means 70 to 90, it is medium value or B category item. And the rest of them are C category or less value items. So that's how we could do ABC categorization of inventory using Power BI. Let's plot the data on report view. Let's click the report view. Click on this clustered column, magnify it. Now drag the ABC analysis on x-axis, annual sales on y-axis, make it a sum Let's do some formatting just to make it visually good. So let's keep the values. Background, let's make it white. Let's increase the font size. Okay, now we could see A category items or high value items are 359 million worth, B category items are 102 million worth, and C category are 52 million worth. Let us also let us also plot the count of items in each category. So this shows only 39 items are costing 359 million of inventory, 52 items are costing 102 million, and 212 items are costing 52 million of inventory. So this is how we do ABC analysis of inventory on Power BI. Thank you for watching.